Howdy! Welcome to Faith of a Child Box videos, helping your family become saints together. Today we will be painting our peg doll of Blessed Maria Beltrame Quattrocchi. And that is my best, very southern attempt at saying her very Italian name. She's also referred to as Maria Corsini, which is her maiden name is Corsini. And so that is another name you'll hear for her. And we're just going to call her Maria for today so that I don't have to butcher her name anymore. So what you need from your box is going to be your little female peg doll, your paintbrush, and your paints. From home, you're going to need a little small cup of water, your paper towel, and you're going to want to cover your clothes. These acrylic paints will stain fabric. That means your clothes, so go ahead and cover them up. Okay, we're going to start, and I'm going to tell you this is a peg doll you can personalize a lot. Blessed Maria was a professor and a wife and a mother, and she would not have had a specific uniform. It wasn't like she was in an order and had a Carmelite habit or a Dominican habit that she needed to wear, and she wasn't in a professional world as much like her husband, where he wore a suit, and she got a little more freedom. And so if you think about it, what is your mom's uniform? If you have a stay-at-home mom, what's her uniform? I think my kids would tell you. For me, my at-home uniform would be yoga pants and a t-shirt. And if we go somewhere, it's gonna be jeans and a t-shirt. And so we get a little more freedom to play with what she wears here. And I think that's a lot of fun. You can personalize it in a lot of different ways. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with what we're going to do the same, okay? So we're gonna start off with her hair. And she has gray hair. We're depicting her a little bit older, later in her life. So we're gonna start just like we always do. Finding a spot in the middle of her head to put a mark. And then finding a spot here in the middle of the bottom of her head and draw a line. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're just going to paint in the rest of her hair. And although she is a female, and normally I would have their hair go down a little further to show, kind of give them a feminine look of longer hair. In every image I could find of her, she either had short hair or had her hair up in a bun. And so we're actually going to attempt to make her hair look like it's in a bun. And so you're just going to stop at her neckline, just like we do for all of our male saints. All right, so now we're done with her gray hair, and I'm going to go ahead and do her skin for her face now. And if your line here is really thick and not dry yet, I suggest you pause and wait so you're not putting wet paint next to wet paint. But mine I did pretty thin, and so it's dry. So I'm going to color in her face. All right, so I'm finished coloring her face. And now, while we wait for her face to dry so we can do our facial features, I want you to think about how you want to dress her. You have the full array of your colors here. And so for this, Blessed Maria, I gave her a gray skirt. And then I decided to play with the red and the white and do a striped shirt, just for a little bit of fun there. I think today I want to give her a black skirt and a pink shirt. So I'm going to need to make the pink So I'm going to mix the red and the white up here. And before I mix the red and the white, I'm actually going to go and paint the bottom here so that I can put her feast day on it once I'm done. And her feast day is November 25th, which she shares with her husband. All right. So that's done. I'm going to go ahead and make my pink. And I want to make sure that I am going to need my white again for her eyes, so I'm not going to put the red white right into the white here. I'm going to put it in the top up here. Grab some of this white paint, put a bunch of that up here. Let's see if I can get a nice light pink color. If you did October box and did St. Therese, we did pink this way then also. There it is. That looks like a nice light colored pink. I really like that. So we're going to go with that color. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and paint her shirt, I think. Oh, and one other thing you can do with her skin tone here. You can see here I kind of gave her, you can see a little bit more of her neck down here. She's not wearing a turtleneck. She's got a little neckline there. So just do a little, whoa, I have white all over my paintbrush. That's not going to help. I gotta pay attention here, don't I? I'm gonna wipe it off a little there. Okay, now we can try that again. Put a little curve here. You know, kind of, t-shirts have that little neckline, and there we go. But I'm gonna pause again from what I'm doing because I just jump around with the peg dolls so that I don't really have to stop at any time. I can keep going. So we're gonna do the black circles for her eyes. I'm using the back of my paintbrush, getting some paint on it, finding the spot where I want to put her eye, put a starter dot, and then kind of do a circle around that. And do the same thing over here. Starter dot, and spread it out all around that. Ooh, this one is not a circle. And there are some people who do fancier eyes, and they're way more talented maybe than me, and I like to keep this simple for our kiddos. Okay, so now I'm gonna go actually and paint her a shirt. And to start, I'm going to draw a line around the bottom where I'm gonna have her skirt and her shirt end be. And I did this on this one I striped also. You can see the red line I drew around in not a straight manner whatsoever. If you want to try to make it a little more straight, what you might do is put a little spot here, a little spot there on the same spot, same height. Just kind of put them in a few different spots around her so that you're just matching spots instead of trying to draw a straight line around. Okay. Oh, I don't want to touch her eyes. So now I'm going to connect my line here. Oh, I really like this pink color I made. So if you're not doing a pink shirt, that's okay. You can make her shirt whatever you want. You can make her just wear a dress and just all be one color. It's probably the simplest way to go. You just wear a red dress or a gray dress if you want her to match her husband. And that would just be the simplest way to go there. Okay, once you have your line all the way around the bottom, I'm going to put a line around the top here, outlining her neckline. And then I'm just going to go ahead and color in, paint in the rest of her shirt here. Just this one solid pink color. Okay, so now we have painted her shirt, and that's all done. And I'm gonna go and do her smile. Yeah, we're gonna do her smile. Oh, I'm also gonna give her some rosy cheeks. So I'm gonna leave that pink open. Oh, to give her some pink rosy cheeks. So we're gonna do a curve here for her smile. My hand is very unsteady right now for some reason. There's her smile. I'm going to use the back of my paintbrush trick here for her rosy cheeks. Make it a little bigger there. Bright rosy cheeks. She's very happy. And maybe she was in the sun playing with her kids a bunch. There we go. And now I'm going to do, I said she was going to wear a black skirt. So I'm going to paint her black skirt, but I'm also going to start by doing her little eyelashes. I like to put the eyelashes on her little feminine dolls. And so she just has two little lines for her eyelashes here. And you'll make sure you've got a nice kind of use the tip of your fingers to make the tip of your brush come to a good point to make these really fine lines. Just get a tiny bit of paint on your brush here. Like a seriously tiny amount. I'm just going to, from the eye, make two very, very delicate lines there. I'm going to get a tiny bit more. Really tiny bit there. And then I'm just going to do two delicate lines. I don't even have to clean it off. Okay, so now I'm going to do her black skirt that she's wearing. And I'm just going to start with the line around the bottom of the shirt and then continue on with the rest of her skirt. Okay, now I've painted her skirt, and the only thing left that I have to do here is the whites of her eyes. So I'm just going to use the very back of my brush here and get a tiny amount and touch. Back of my brush, touch. And if you want to get fancier, maybe you did a simple thing here, but you're feeling brave. You could add a necklace or maybe a design on her shirt. So let's go ahead and give her a little cross necklace. I think that's the kind of thing she would have worn. And I'll do it black here. So I'm just going to draw. I'm going to start with the cross. She's got a little, I hope this looks okay. A little delicate cross. I'm just draw a chain. Ooh, that's a thick chain. Around the back here. And this reminds me I didn't finish her hair. And there we are. So now she's got a little, maybe it's a collar on her shirt, maybe it's a necklace. Not really sure. But a little cross. I'm going to make the cross a little bit thicker to go with how thick I made the other part. There we go. That's sweet. Oh, I like her. Okay, the thing I forgot was the rest of her hair to make it look like a bun. And so what I've done is kind of just draw kind of swirls. If you want to use the black, you can. If you want to use the white, I'm going to grab my white before the pink crop. The pink gets down in there, creeps down in there. And this one I do kind of a circle inside of it. I'm just going to draw a swirl this time and see how that turns out. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, and if you want to make it a little imperfect, you can wipe it off a little. I like how that turns out. I think that swirl is the best way to do that. So there's just a little swirl there to show that she has a bun in her hair. And then so that is my Blessed Maria doll, and I am going to go ahead and add her feast day on the bottom of her. I'm going to use a ballpoint pen, and her feast is November 25th, which she shares with her husband. Right, so if you have any questions, let me know, and we will see you next time.